state, you could tell the difference. You really tell the difference.
Question, but should you come to church if you suffer and wear the sackcloth and ashes?
Should you come?
Should you come to church wearing sackcloth and ashes? Do you know what I mean?
Yes. And the answer is yes.
I didn't see it either, but I know him. I know what I'm talking about. Is it in gold and black? Yeah. My God, what the heck is going on in Seventh-day Adventist Church? Well, you teach when?
That's one thing I like about this church is that,
I think they understood my question.
yeah,
Sackcloth and ashes.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And yes, you should come to church because maybe you'll get out of them.
You get what?
Maybe you'll get out of them.
Oh. I mean, should you drag in the church? You know. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how they did in the New Testament.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't think we should come with sackcloth.
Well, I think there are people who do, and hopefully being in the church would change them, would give them an uplift. But no, my mind immediately went to the Pharisees who that was the way they showed how righteous they were. Pious, yes.
Well, it shows that you're suffering for Christ.
Well,
Yes, when you come here with sackcloth.
Even sometimes sackcloth was a symbol of repentance,
Yeah.
old age,
Yeah.
what they had done so wrong.
That's right, in its proper context, yes. But
mhm,
I was, you know what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
They might think you might be Indian, the Hindu religion.
Okay. Monday's lesson also talks about the power of baptism and what it really means. I was baptized when I was 8. And I sort of understood what it was. But as you get older, as you read more and you realize that that is a symbol of dying the old death and being resurrected with Christ into a new life. And it
You all feel a fellowship hall for worship. You left all the baptismal pool.
yeah, that's the difference, I think, in what people call baptism is the sprinkling versus the immersion versus the. Mm-hmm.
But you see, these were things, the baptism and that kept the Christian church going.
Right.
I'm reading now about Constantine, and I want to see how his armies were really baptized. I can't wait to run
Oh,
across
okay.
something like that. They say they were sprinkling, I don't know, but I'm waiting to run across some of it.
Was the Catholic Church sprinkling at that time? I don't know.
No background is sprinkling white.
But they were saying when transplants still have to do it.
Yeah, the baptism. Yeah.
Okay.
Catholic Church at one time was very pure church.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got sidetracked.
Baptized.
Okay. Tuesday's lesson, born again. What do you think of when you hear the word born again?
Where do we hear it?
No, what do you think, Pentecostal? I'm sorry, but that's my first thought.
You going ahead.
I know. But that's always been my first thought.
Jesus used that. They use that term a lot.
Yes, they do.
I think that when you accept Christ, you are in a new family of God.
Right.
Man, like what he said to the living.
More of a witness.
And we do. Right. being resurrected with Christ through baptism and accepting Christ should be as well. About because isn't married.
There are some countries when we went to the hotel in, where was it, below China, Bangkok, Thailand. It's a heavily used from the context, even when you go into certain religious sites. If you're not covered,
Right.
you have to buy something, or they will give you something.
Western countries are very loose, you know, and so forth and so on. So sometimes they don't see if truly Adventist pastor did not already, then they have a hard time to believe, you know, stuff like that.
Well, it doesn't bother me as much as it used to, but go ahead. Should show it. You're right. That was.
But you know, when the Bible goes into this thing, that means there is a storm. It's mentioned.
Well,
The
yeah.
Bible mentions it. And when Peter mentions it, it must have been one of the prevailing sins amongst the culture at that time.
Well, and you think.
Okay. When you go into some of the dugout spots, you will find, they call them frescoes, the paintings of the sexual acts. And when you walk down a certain street, you can see carvings in.
I think to me,
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
he's talking about our personal life and all these things that, you know, Paul said in the book of Romans.
Yes.
We couldn't quote it, but my God says, my grace is with you till the end, and Jesus' grace to conquer those things.
That's right. So we need to be careful. I mean, we can sin in a lot of ways.
This is one of the most difficult to overcome.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, there's so much going on. I mean, you mentioned Thailand, all over the place.
You don't have to go to Thailand, you can go watch it on computer now.
I know, and
It's nothing new. It's
Yeah.
nothing new. It just allows you to know what, human nature is.
communications now are so much where you're no longer limited. My friend who was here from California loves the Justice Channel. I don't know if any of y'all ever watched it, but I know more about drug smuggling and lockdowns and how to get weed from California to New York. Actually has not gotten here yet. And it's called crocodile drug because it's made with gasoline, it's made with phosphorus from the matchbooks, and it's such a, you just see sin, you just see the devil so much. I wish they'd do more good news. Yeah.
And what goes on around the world.
All right, Thursday's lesson gets us to a, oh, sorry.
Thinking about how our church is a profession, I'm just wondering if we are showing enough love, which is essential to this lesson. Covering love, covering a multitude. If a minister is toxic,
Mm-hmm.
the only sick thing or something, or a member, a church member, maybe less, but I'm just wondering if we
That's the hardest one because that's somebody that you've looked up to. As far as, I don't know what the church has done in the past, so I can't talk about that. But let's get him and then pass.
So
Pastor.
I like that last paragraph down there, but stand, Christ will cover sexual sins as well. So the Christian, you should be careful, especially in this sensitive area, to make sure that you protect it. Like, you have a 14-page statement exposing into replay any of it, and it clicked with me. I couldn't take it, you know. But the church guys, some people give them while another will say,
Okay. Okay. Cover covers on.
hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all sin.
Lover covers all. Right.
To cover sins, and someone has sexually abused someone who's close to you.
And what did they do? They forgave him.